We have a decline in caribou. Now, we don't know if this is from climate change or if it's overhunting or what it is, but there's a huge decline in caribou. We're finding that someone mentioned the wind, the same thing. We have more wind. I have a canoe, and I was only able to take it out 4 or 5 times this summer. Usually what happens is there's a wind during the day, and at night at about 7, 8 o'clock it dies down. It gets very calm. And then the next day it'll come up again. Now the wind goes, and it'll even get stronger at night. It's opposite. So it's very hard to forecast. And that affects our people going out on the water. We have a very difficult time forecasting the weather. Usually we will know 2-3 weeks in advance what the weather is going to be like by the sun, when the sun's setting, from the moon. There's a whole number of ways to do that. And now maybe you can look 2 days ahead, maybe. 1 day, 2 days. We're having, in the winter, for example, never ever seen this before. We normally have a very cold snap, cold weather from, say, minus 35 to minus 40, minus 45. And it's a very dry cold. And we seldom get that now. That used to last 3 weeks to a month. Now it's maybe 6-7 days. And then the weather changes where it could be minus 40, the other way, minus 40. And then the next morning, it's minus 10. So 30 degrees overnight, just huge, just weather just changing. And so it causes all kinds of problems. And then the next day again, it's minus 35. So you don't know how to dress. You don't. There's so much disturbance in the normal patterns. The ice is not the same. The snow has a different texture. We had snow 2 weeks ago, and I'd never seen snow like that in the north. You see it in the south. The snow is different. We don't know how that affects the animals. The ice does not get as thick as fast as it's supposed to. At this time of the year, the lake should be frozen. When I left home, it was maybe minus 10. It should be minus 30. And it's very dangerous because our people are hunters and gatherers, and we go on the ice. We walk on it. We use our snow machines. We drive vehicles on the ice. The ice freezes like 4 feet. And now it doesn't freeze like it used to. So hunters are going through the ice, and some people are dying. And what's happening is, a lot of times people won't tell us if they go through the ice, because it's a sign that you're a bad hunter. People are very proud hunters. So it's causing many, many problems. I don't know how much time I have. Maybe I'll tell you the story of one of the communities up north in Alaska, further in the west from where I am. We met about a month ago in Copenhagen to talk about climate change with Indigenous peoples, and one of the people from Alaska on the coast. The ocean is here in Alaska, and right on the west of Alaska, across from Russia, the water stays open longer now, and so it's causing problems. In one community, there's so much snow now that roofs are caving in. In this other community, this huge storm came up, and they showed us pictures of a 2-hour period where here's the ocean, and here's some land, and then there's a road, and then there's a house. In the first hour, the land was eaten away from the water. The next picture, the road was gone. And in 2 hours, the house is falling into the ocean. You know, so it's real. And now the American government, working with our people, are spending millions of dollars trying to stop the erosion, putting rocks there, and so on. I can tell you many other instances like that. How do we address those situations? With the caribou, we have the first right to hunt in our area. It's a constitutional right that we have. We have set up quotas for non-Indigenous peoples, so they can hunt. They have to hunt less now, less for sport hunters. We are working very closely with our governments to count the herds, to count the calves, protect the calving grounds. We're working very closely with the Canadian government on that. We also have a study that goes right across the north with the Inuit people, with the First Nations. We have our own study on caribou, and that's part of what's called the International Polar Year, IPY. It's a study that'll go on for a number of years. In terms of water, we have most of, I venture to say, most of the fresh water, a good percentage of the fresh water in Canada, if not North America. And we have been very concerned about that. We're looking at setting up a national commission on water. It'll go before our chiefs in Canada next week, and I have to be in Canada for that. But we're looking at setting up a national water commission that would travel across Canada and include Indigenous peoples, also different governments at the different levels, and including the general public, so we get everyone's views on how to deal with fresh water. Because there's a myth that there's a surplus of fresh water in the world, and there isn't. It's the opposite. We're also looking at a number of other avenues. We're encouraging individuals to take this as their own responsibility. For example, in the north, when it gets cold, people will run their vehicles. They'll heat up their vehicles, and sometimes they'll forget their vehicle and they'll run for a half hour, an hour, and emissions go up into the air. So we're encouraging people to keep that at a minimum, and trying to look at other ways of how do you say that, to prevent emissions into the environment. So there's many things that people are trying to do. With that, thank you very much.